TIE fighters were one of the most common symbols of the Empire's might and were present on board even the smallest Imperial starship and planetary base. They were deployed in large numbers, but vulnerable when alone as they had no hyperdrive and no shields. TIE fighter pilots were trained in the Imperial Academy and were highly skilled. In the cockpit of their fighters, the pilots were strapped into a high-G shock seat and protected by an anti-gravity field. The pilot's feet would fit into control yokes to control speed and maneuvering of the fighter, whilst another handheld yoke was used for precise maneuvers, targeting and navigation. TIE fighters had a pair of powerful forward-mounted laser cannons that were used to devastating effect against rebel ships and planetary positions. So we have another Imperial trooper to go with the Stormtrooper. I've been expecting a TIE fighter pilot figure to come along, as there's been a new TIE fighter toy out for a while now. Although in the old days, when I was little, we had to use Stormtroopers to fly our TIE fighters, as the pilot figure didn't come out until, I think, after Return of the Jedi. And this new chap looks really smart and menacing in his all-black uniform. And looking at the life support piece on the thing he wears on his chest under his helmet, it looks like he's from Return of the Jedi rather than Star Wars. He's a big improvement on the old TIE pilot figure, as his uniform and helmet are much more detailed, and you can turn his head, whereas in the old one, the head was fixed forward, so he couldn't be a very good pilot. He comes with two weapons, the normal, usual Stormtrooper blaster and this absolutely enormous Imperial blaster rifle, which, as you can see, is far too big for him to really hold in one hand. I had to use a different book to find the information about TIE fighters for you, as there wasn't much about them at all in the books I already have. There are 3 types of TIE fighter in the films, and can you remember what each of them are? What their names are? Love you lots, miss you, see you soon. Bye-bye.